Hi there, my name is Diana McIsaac. I'm doing a presentation on cybercrime, specifically phishing. So the topics today that I'm going to go through are the types of hackers, as well as the types of phishing, reasons for hacking, a phishing overview, how to recognize it and avoid it, how to respond, and who to contact, as well as some frequently asked questions. So the types of hackers, there's white hat and black hat. So basically it's consensual versus non-consensual, legal versus illegal. So some companies will hire people to basically attempt to hack their sites or their programs and whatnot to see if basically anything needs to get changed so that that doesn't happen in the future with people who they don't want hacking them. Black hat is usually just a lot of illegal activity. So the different types of phishing. Again, this is not real phishing. These are just kind of the types of phishing. So there's spear phishing. This targets specific individuals or organizations. There's clone phishing. So attackers clone a real message with attachments and resend it pretending to be an original sender. I'll show you some examples later on. Whale phishing. This targets high-ranking or executive individuals in an organization. So say CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, they have a lot to lose, and they generally store a lot of important information that people would want. Or I should say hackers would want. Phishing via social media. So these attacks are performed through platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. This could say look like a follower or a friend or something who messages you on Instagram and says, "Hey, I need your help," and sends some weird link. So the reasons for hacking, there's 3 P's. So piracy. Things like movies, video games, music. When I was a teenager, a big thing was LimeWire. People would use that to download music illegally so that they didn't have to pay for it. But this can also happen with things like movies and video games. People do it for profit, so they can make money off of it. This could be legal in the sense of, like I had said earlier, a company hiring somebody to essentially hack their system or try to hack their system so that they can create a stronger system so that it doesn't happen in the future. But it's also used for profit to steal from other people. So this is most commonly experienced by teenagers and elderly, because generally speaking, you guys or the elderly are a little bit more trusting and don't notice as many red flags. The elderly, they're a little bit more easily manipulated and less like guilt tripped to an extent. So politics. The use of propaganda for political advantage. And this is the least likely to be experienced by teenagers a lot of the time. This isn't something that interests teenagers, politics generally speaking, because usually it's not something that you guys can participate in. So here is my first video.
My name is Dave Coffey, and I'm a detective in the Financial Crimes Unit of the Toronto Police Service. The Toronto Police Service and investigators from the Financial Crimes Unit want to help so you don't get scammed by a phishing scam. Many internet scams happen without you even noticing. Scammers promote and spread fraud activities through unsolicited emails or text messages known as spam. It's likely a spam message if it's from a sender you don't know. It isn't specifically addressed to you, or it promises you some benefit or value. Phishing scams trick you into providing personal and banking information. And phishing emails and texts may carry viruses that can infect your computer or mobile phone. The messages you receive might look and seem legitimate, but scammers can easily copy a logo or an entire website from a genuine organization. Do not open any attachments or click any links in phishing emails or text messages and delete them immediately. Protect yourself by never replying to a phishing email or text, never clicking on a link or calling a telephone number listed in a spam spam email or text, and never using the contact details provided in the email or text. If you are a victim of a phishing scam, report the fraud to police. Visit tps.ca/fraud for more information and tips so you don't get scammed.
So, again, talking about phishing. So, any contact falsely claiming to be from an established, legitimate organization. So, banks, businesses, government agencies, so say the CRA, TDs, the IBC, organizations like that. Sometimes referred to as spam messages, however, they are different. The main goal is to collect information to commit fraud. So personal or financial information for credit, identity, or internet fraud. These messages can also contain viruses that can end up deactivating your devices while also obtaining your information. So how to recognize phishing. So if it's an unknown email or phone call, this could potentially be a phishing scam. If there's things like misspelled words or really bad grammar in these messages, also a big red flag. So any messages that immediately request personal or banking information, such as your social security number, your bank card number, stuff like that, again, huge red flag. If they request money, like payment or to send money via online currency, don't do that. Messages from known websites or agencies that don't normally contact you, again, a bit of a red flag. But most importantly, trust your gut. If it looks suspicious, just don't respond. So here's an example of an email. So at the top, it says that there's a spam warning in the subject. You can see that it's not a government email address. At the top of your emails, you could just click on the email from whoever sent it to you and look specifically at what the email address is. And if it looks fishy, just don't respond to it. The CRA is not going to quote refunds, like refund amounts in their emails. They're not going to have deadlines. They're not going to email you links. As you can see, there's not a government URL. The grammar and the punctuation is a bit funky on this, as well as the CRA does not send e-transfers. Another example of this is with a text message, not just emails. They can have on your phone as well as your computer. So this right here says like, congratulations, you've won $1,000. Go to this link to claim it now. You can see obviously there's a spelling error right there. There's a bit of a funky link. So when you click it, for instance, they might ask for some personal information or some banking information, which they can end up taking and using it for not good purposes. So how to respond to this? Always report these emails and numbers. Don't reply to them. Don't click on any links or attachments in these emails or text messages, and contact your financial institution or any other agency immediately to confirm your suspicions. If, say, you did put in your banking information and you just kind of feel off about it, contact your bank and see if there's any fraudulent activity. That way you can let them know if there is something and they can be aware of it. So who can you contact? You can contact the cybercrime hotline, the OPP non-emergent hotline, or your local police service. So here's some statistics. So 68% of Canadians have been targeted or fallen victim to a cybercrime in 2022 alone. 92% feel concerned about a possible cyber breach. 25% feel unprepared to be able to deal with a cybercrime threat. The number of police-reported cybercrime instances in Canada has increased 5 times since 2014 to almost 75,000 in 2022. So fraud, scams, and theft remain the most common types of cybercrime in Canada. So some frequently asked questions. So what's the difference between phishing and spam? So spam emails will not request sensitive or confidential information. They're going to try and sell you an item or service or a subscription. So what kind of information should I keep secret? Everything. Keep all of your personal information a secret. Keep it away from other people. Don't share it. And who should you trust? Nobody. Don't trust anybody. Obviously, trusting your parents would be different, but don't be trusting friends or people that you just don't know. Thank you, and please stay safe out there.